Are you trying to figure out how to choose a new broker? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your real estate bestie, and today, listen, 'tis the season where everybody is thinking about a new broker. So we are going to talk about that, but before we do, here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That way, every single time I post a video and I'm giving you insight like what you need to do to pick a new broker, you're gonna know all about it. And you know what? Hit that notification bell, because what that is going to do is gonna notify you when we have a video. And the first thing you do, look, when you get the notification bell, just automatically give your girl a thumbs up so that all the people in YouTube land will know that we are helping you figure out this real estate thing. So let's get into our question for today. Hey besties, okay. For today's question, we are going to talk about something that we hear often this time of year, and that is how to choose a new broker. I think that, fourth quarter for a lot of real estate agents is that time where you really should be evaluating your business, okay? Looking to see what has gone well and what are your areas of improvement. And I think that it's very natural for us to just reevaluate our relationship with our brokerage firm, wherever we are hanging our license, to see, okay, is this still a good fit for me? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think that it's a very healthy cycle, because too often I think that sometimes we will find ourselves complacent, and because we are not excited to change. Change is usually never really that fun because we are creatures of habit, that you may continue to stay in a space that is no longer serving you. But I also, here's a word of caution, especially when it comes to brokerages. I think that it's very important to really have realistic expectations on what a broker should provide you, and then you just you fill in the gaps from there. So very first things, I'm going to talk to my newer real estate besties first of all, because I see a lot of movement. I even moved brokerages 4 times my first year, and I have no shame in that, because listen, I'm married to one man, his name Corey Lewis, so if something else wasn't working out, then that's, you have the ability to move around, right? And I've even had people that felt nervous because they think that the people that work with you or are going to work with you are going to do so because of the brokerage that you are with. And I'm just here to tell you, baby, you are the prize, okay? I've been with my same broker now, with eXp Realty, since 2018. And I think my clients know that because they have seen that same signage. But if tomorrow, for whatever reason, eXp was no longer a good fit for me, I have branded myself. I have shown up and shown value in who Rosemary is. And even before I had one client, that was my goal. So I don't want you to feel like you can't leave, or, there's going to be a whole lot of weight associated with your brokerage firm, because quite honestly, some of your clients don't even really know who you work with in the beginning. That's number one. However, I do think that we have to have a realistic expectation, because I've been to a boutique 100% brokerage. I've been to, the big box companies. And this is what I have come to understand, is that you can be successful at any of them and you can suck at any of them. That's truly and honestly. And a lot of times I see newer agents come into the business thinking that the broker-agent relationship will mirror like a manager-employee relationship. And that honestly is just not the way that it goes in real estate. You are very much a business owner. You now own your own business. No one's going to, hold your hand and take you through every step. Now, do you want to be a part of a firm that is supportive and has the tools and resources already in place where you could plug and play, who to go to when you have an issue, there's no guesswork. Absolutely. But the thing is that you have to be the one who's going and doing the doing. And I know that, this time of year, we can have agents that if we're really sitting down and being honest with ourselves, we didn't give our business everything, and maybe it's just our perception wasn't what we thought it was. Changing a broker is not going to fix that, right? I think experience is what fixes that, where you understand what you have to put into the business. But let's talk about it. You've made the decision. I'm open. So what are some of the things that I need to look at? Now, obviously, you want to look at the numbers, okay? Like I said, I've been to the 100% brokerage. I've been to brokerages that charge like a monthly desk fee and all of these different things. I believe that someone is a producer. Like, I don't want to go to a place and nickel and dime it, but you definitely have to see fiscally, does it make sense, okay? What are the benefits of me being here, and can I achieve what I'm looking to do when I go somewhere else? I was talking to one of my real estate besties who started off at a brokerage, one of these local big name brokerages. And I mean, she's killing it. She's a rock star. And after her last year, she was with them for like 2 years. She literally looked at the numbers and said, okay, but there was no cap. Like, she paid them, like there was no cap on how much she would pay them. And when she started to look at the broker support versus what she was actually taking home and what she really needed, she was like, I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, and I can go somewhere that I'm going to receive the same level of support, but it just makes more sense for my family. So definitely look at the numbers. Like, I want to be somewhere that, I'm not just paying you commission on every single deal. I would like to see there be some sort of cap. And then if we are having different fees, like, how do those fees relate into what I'm actually using from the company, okay? So is there an office available? Is there a CRM in my monthly fee? Like, what am I actually paying for? And then you decide based on where your business is, what the value is from there. Something else that I think that you need to look at is the culture of the company. Is this a place where when you go, even if you feel uncomfortable because it's a new place, is it like, do you feel supported, right? Are the other agents there making eye contact with you? Like, or do you feel like a fly on the wall and you just don't know how you would fit in, and you don't know where you would go to if you have a problem, or if you need help, or if you need support? We really want to pay attention to the work environment. Is it an environment that seems very conducive to learning and supportive, or is there tension? Now, I do want to say this. You're going to have crabs in a barrel. I don't care what they are, right? Some of the disciples was like, Jesus, why are we doing that? And they was with Jesus, okay? So understand that you can't take one person's negative reactions, or, you meet that one person in the brokerage that's always like, that might not be a true representation, but really tap into your spirit of discernment and just see how you can discern the energy. If there is an office, or if there's not an office, if you're in a cloud-based situation, like, what does support look like, okay? Which brings me to the next one. I want to actually have a conversation with my managing broker, like the person who is in charge, not because I want to see if they're going to hold my hand, but like, what does support look like? Like, if I need help, if I am in a tough transaction, like, talk to me about, like, you're the buyer too. Talk to me, Mr. Broker, about when your agents have needed your support. What has that looked like, right? Have there ever been any violations with Trek that they had to talk you through, or a difficult situation with a buyer and a seller? How did you support them? What does support look like if you've ever had to get involved in a transaction? And again, this is not because I want my broker to, literally go on a listing appointment with me. But if I find myself needing a legal question answered, or I'm really in a pickle, I want to know that I am in a place that is going to be supportive of me as the agent to help me make these decisions. Okay. And then finally, I think you have to decide, how do you learn and work best? Because now you have a lot of virtual offices. Like, I have a virtual office, and then you have these small boutique, and then you have these like big companies. where are you going to not get lost in the sauce, and where can you actually not only be a taker from the brokerage, but where can you find yourself being a contributor, right? So if you are a part of a cloud-based brokerage and everybody you know lives in Wisconsin and you're in Texas and you are definitely a team player, a people person, that might not be the best fit for you, because proximity, you may be somebody that proximity matters, and you need to be in a position where you are at a brokerage where you can reach out and touch somebody, as opposed to someone who, you know, the brokerage who has the potluck dinners and the office meetings and the ugly Christmas sweater parties. Like if that's not your jam, then maybe that's not the place where you want to go, right? So figuring out, like really being honest with yourself to say, okay, how do I learn and what type of environments do I thrive best, and what's going to be a good fit. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. Just because a brokerage is a good fit for one of your real estate besties, it's okay if it's not a good fit for you. Right? I can think about, you know, when I went over to EXP, there were some people who came over and it wasn't a good fit for them. They ended up leaving to go to another brokerage. Girl, don't be calling me trash in my brokerage, because it works for me, right? So it's one thing to share the opportunity, but it's another thing to feel like, you know, like some things are just a good fit for other people, and nothing is wrong with you if everybody around you is great at this company, but you really feel more supported going with this independently owned brokerage, you know, with this new broker who is starting a small situation. If that is where you know you are going to thrive, then go for it. Again, I know people who kill it at big places. I know people who kill it solo. I know people who kill it in boutique, and I know people who struggle in all of those. So just really think through some of these things and make the best decision for you. And then if you dip your toe in the water and it really isn't a good fit, it's really easy to make a decision to try someone new. So I hope this was helpful. If you ever have a question, or if you ever want to talk a little bit more deeper about eXp Realty, because that is the brokerage that I'm a part of, go ahead and slide into my DMs on Instagram, Rosemary the Realtor, and then we can explore if you think it's a good fit for you. And I promise, if it's not, you are still going to be forever my real estate bestie, and I'll talk to you soon.